Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, June 28th, 2024. I believe this is the last trading day of June. So we'll be on in July here on Monday. This whole week has been a little bit of a washout. I wasn't able to be here to do our broadcast yesterday or the morning before. And to be perfectly honest with you, if we were to go back and take a look at what happened here over the last 2 or 3 days, because I haven't been here to review anything, it's been just a total chop fest. I mean, it's pretty messy markets, really sloppy. I mean, you can see here yesterday that they came up and had a lot of trouble getting through the high of the day before there, right? So it was we kind of caught the highs of the day there, or we could say that the bulls had trouble recovering and getting back through the high of the day before there for a while. And then we got a decent pullback, but then it just kind of chopped up and chopped down. Didn't go anywhere, right? So, I mean, some of the most notable things is on the pullback, they basically held right into VWAP, and our major fib line tried to recover. They got back down below the VWAP there and got the pullback, and they did come right down yesterday to our holy orange power level, and this is why I love this level, why it's called the holy orange power level, because even in a choppy market like this, look what happened, right? We get a pullback. We've never traded down there out of the open. They came right to it here, a little triple bottom, at least on a very short time frame. Barely broke it by maybe a point there. And you could have actually bought and made a nice 15-point bounce out of there, or even bought on the pullback here and maybe caught the last little bit of milk there on that. But again, just kind of back and forth, no real trend going on, and very sloppy, right? That was yesterday. If we go all the way back to the day before that, which would have been Wednesday, again, just very sloppy, no real rhyme or reason to the price action. Again, we see when the market opened, first of all, nice little to the tick hold off the 50% level, right? And then the nice hold on the top end of it as they came back in. But then the bulls could not get through VWAP. So, watching this in real time, noticing that we're failing right at that 38 to 50% retrace, which was VWAP, not being able to get it on that second try would have been a good opportunity to get short. However, what happened? It didn't really go very far. If you did short VWAP, yeah, you got a decent trade out of it. You got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points, but then it came right back, right? And then, you short up top, it comes all the way back to test. There's a reason we have this major fib line still on the charts, because it is a very important area in the chart. And they come back up and test into the high of the day before in the fib line and get the pullback. But again, doesn't quite get very far, and then comes right back up to the entry again. So just total mess, kind of dancing around VWAP the whole day, right? When it got below it, couldn't really get through it. When it got back above, it then started holding that general area to the upside. And then that's how the day crumbled there, right? Peaked right up in, came right to the hopeful, right? The holy orange power level once again, which was way up outside the daily range from the day before. They come right to it, try to actually hold above it, and fail back down. So there were notable rotations off our levels, good little discrete areas to take a trade with limited risk, but there was not a lot of follow through one way or the other. And a lot of times you got in and it came right back after you maybe got your first bit of your position off. If we go all the way back to Tuesday, because I don't think we reviewed Tuesday either, same thing. It just kind of meandered back and forth. Towards the midday there, yeah, you got a really nice opportunity to jump on the bullish side and make money to the upside. But again, just not really anything sexy going on. Now, we did pull back, and on must have been Tuesday of last week, if you did come in and try the pullback and buy of Hopel there. I mean, here's just another week, another perfect example of a choppy, disgusting looking market for 3, 4, 5 days in a row. And almost every day, if you would have bought the one pullback or the one push up into the Hopel, you actually caught a pretty decent rotation and would have got probably one of the biggest trades of the day, right? We saw them come up and fail right off of it the day before this one, the day after this one. We saw them come down and bounce off of it the day after that. And here's Tuesday, where they pull back Out of the open here, super choppy. And you can see that they are trying to hold down below VWAP. Then they popped up through it. If we're watching this on a short time frame, zoomed in, comes back up. Then it's holding above VWAP, it pulls back, holds. Then it falls, almost falls through, pops back up. So pretty messy, but if you got that pullback right to the hopeful there, which again, if you were to measure the retracement is a 50 to 61, it retrace almost perfectly. There's the 61. There's a great little opportunity there if you want to try on the bullish side of things, and you actually would have got the whole push all the way up. Well, I thought it was the whole push, but you got yourself over 10, over 10, 11, 12 points. So you got an opportunity right there, pretty discrete area in the chart for that rotation. And again, I mean, the pullback, 19.5, 17.5, literally 2-point break. And then you got this beautiful 12, 13-point bounce. Again, it's sloppy. I'm not trying to make it out like it was easy to trade these markets this week. But, that's the way the market is. And most of the time, it's going to be a little erratic and sideways. And then every once in a while, we get these nice, strong directional pushes, right? So this is where we are in the higher time frames, chopping around. Yesterday, the day before, and then we were looking at Tuesday as well. And you can see it was just a total chop fest, trading inside of Monday's range, trading inside of Friday's range. Total garbage. So that's kind of the review for this week. Like I said, it wasn't here yesterday, it wasn't here the day before, so we didn't get to really look at any of the notable stuff that happened. But I think the key thing I want you guys to take away is it was pretty sloppy, right? We did have some decent rotations, but off our levels, but pretty sloppy. And then you can see even the other day, I kind of missed this. They sold off, and in the overnight session here, if you would have bought that first roadmap level, if you were watching this in the Globex session, as price coming down, right there, beautiful kiss, beautiful hold, and that would have been, and even the pullback to VWAP in the pre-market there, would have been great trades that would have captured the largest push that we got this week. So let's go back to today. I think we finished off, we reviewed yesterday, talked about how it was so super choppy. There's the nice travel right into the hopeful there for the biggest push of the day. If you caught it with very limited risk. And then at the end of the day, we started to break out here. And we actually got a pretty nice bullish signal here on the hourly time frame and the 4-hour time frame. And that's what led this really healthy bullish push we got here into the end of the day and into the Globex session here. So we're getting a kind of a peak outside of the last 5, 6, 7 days of chop, right? Might just be a peak above and fail here, who knows? But in that overnight session, I don't think we talked about we didn't really review what happened here. It has been just a dandy little ride right up VWAP from the second the market opened, and then every test of it all the way up. So you had opportunities last night using the same trade setups I've been talking about for a very long time. Divergence, pullback to the VWAP in the overnight session, and there you have it. You even had a divergence and a retest here, and don't see a 512 divergence there, but a nice little attempt to break back below, and it held again. And then what do you know, we had news here 1 hour before the open, right? This was about 40 minutes ago now. And what did they pull back and hold? What do you know? Hold the orange power level nearly to the tick, but the VWAP to the tick right there. So the whole night, telling you guys, 512 chart, VWAP, I don't know how many times you nail an entry off that, and you're lucky in where you get in with that test of the VWAP, because it's not going to be every test. But when you get this type of stuff where it launches out and comes back, you have that little discrete area in the chart that could turn into the best opportunity of the night or the day. And I feel like almost every morning I come in and there's a perfect example of it, right? So there are opportunities here off VWAP all night. And then what do you know? We had news here just about 30, 40 minutes ago. They came and tagged it another time. And then interestingly enough, as we come into the open here, Getting a nice little pullback, and they come up and tag the back end of it. Now they missed it by 1 tick, but essentially you can see what's going on here, right? Holding view up, holding view up, holding view up. Now we're actually just came up and tagged it to the downside. Now that doesn't mean we're guaranteed a 50-point sell-off from here, but just kind of interesting to note how useful that VWAP is on the 512 tick chart. So let's go ahead and jump up for our review or our look at what the charts have to say for this morning. They are nicely holding the next roadmap level here, as you can see. Let's go ahead and jump up to the higher time frames and see what they have to say for this morning.